Tom Beck, editor of Portfolio Wealth Global, says if he's learned one thing in the markets, it is that Jim Rogers never misses a big long-term investment thesis, and that Rogers has basically told investors to forget China, buy Russia. Jim Rogers first visited Russia in 1966 and was pessimistic for almost 5 decades, but he now sees Russia's vast natural resources, it's the world's largest petroleum producer, and that it is not a significant debtor nation. The global economy is in deep trouble, more than any other time in this 75-year debt cycle, and I am, for the first time, making big bets with commodities, specifically precious metals and gold stocks. Rogers is long the ruble and Russian markets. I was bullish on Russia before Trump came along with his positive comments, he says, but I think he is bullish because of this chart. He has been buying gold on dips, but I've read all of Rogers' books over the years, and I think the reason he is all over Russia is because it is not Trump's major enemy in the trade war. A more aggressive stimulus plan is going to embark this year, and I wouldn't be surprised to see central banks using their lawful loopholes to create direct injection programs for the U.S. economy. A country that adds gold reserves to their system will thrive in this inflationary environment much better than countries that dump gold and buy dollars and treasuries. This is why, on top of high-yield, under-the-radar investments, I am following Jim Rogers into Central Asia, specifically with regards to gold. Gold miners are going through a tough cycle because they can't find new deposits easily, but that's not the whole story. The big miners, the behemoths, have become profitable for the first time in years. This is a major turning point. What they are after now are acquisitions. Their assets are depleting, and they will look to make major takeovers of juniors. That's much easier than finding new deposits. Yellen, Draghi, Bernanke and all the people who think that wearing a suit makes them smart, we call them liars, are buying gold. Yes, central banks are the major driving force behind gold demand. I have seen only one national central bank, though, that is openly encouraging its citizens to buy gold. This is Kyrgyzstan's Tolkunbek Abligilov, who told the citizens that his dream is to turn the former Soviet Union member into a nation of savers. Because Kyrgyzstan has some of the best gold mines in the world, and because they are so friendly to gold, the next major takeover can come from there, and these large-cap eating-up junior deals have historically made investors a fortune. That's why this new gold stock, which just commenced trading on the 31st of March, is Portfolio Wealth Global's #1 company for immediate gains, and it's completely under the radar. Jim Rogers loves Russia because he knows their equipment during the communistic era was primitive and that a new company drilling historical Soviet holes, which already have 900,000 ounces of high-grade gold estimates, can reveal overnight that the mineralization is much larger with modern technology. This generational discrepancy between Soviet-era mentality and modern-day Russia is what I think Jim Rogers is fascinated with in general, and the company Portfolio Wealth Global discovered is using that opportunity in Kyrgyzstan now. Tom Beck is senior editor of Portfolio Wealth Global. Known as one of the first millennial millionaires in the United States, Beck is a relentless idea machine. After retiring 2 years ago at age 33, he's officially come out of retirement to head up Portfolio Wealth Global. He brings a vision of setting a new record for millionaires with his 7-year plan to accelerate any subscriber's net worth who will commit to the income lifestyle. Beck delivers new ideas on the marketplace that were once only available to the rich. Traveling the world, he's invested in over a dozen countries, including real estate. Want to read more Gold Report articles like this? Sign up for our free e-newsletter, and you'll learn when new articles have been published. To see a list of recent articles and interviews with industry analysts and commentators, visit our Streetwise Interviews page. Disclosures. 1. Tom Beck, I, or members of my immediate household or family, own shares of the following companies referred to in this article. None. I personally am, or members of my immediate household or family are, paid by the following companies referred to in this article. None. My company has a financial relationship with the following companies referred to in this article. Kennedy Mining Corporation. I determined which companies would be included in this article based on my research and understanding of the sector. 2. The following companies mentioned in this article are sponsors of Streetwise Reports. None. Streetwise Reports does not accept stock in exchange for its services. Click here for important disclosures about sponsors' fees. The information provided above is for informational purposes only and is not a recommendation to buy or sell any security. 3. Comments and opinions expressed are those of the specific experts and not of Streetwise Reports or its officers. 4. The article does not constitute investment advice. Each reader is encouraged to consult with his or her individual financial professional, and any action a reader takes as a result of information presented here is his or her own responsibility. By opening this page, each reader accepts and agrees to Streetwise Reports' terms of use and full legal disclaimer. This article is not a solicitation for investment. Streetwise Reports does not render general or specific investment advice, and the information on Streetwise Reports should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Streetwise Reports does not endorse or recommend the business, products, services or securities of any company mentioned on Streetwise Reports. 5. From time to time, Streetwise Reports LLC and its directors, officers, employees or members of their families, as well as persons interviewed for articles and interviews on the site, may have a long or short position in securities mentioned. Directors, officers, employees or members of their families are prohibited from making purchases and/or sales of those securities in the open market or otherwise during the up to 4-week interval from the time of the interview or article until after it publishes.